Hello, boys and girls. It's author Maria Dismondy, and this is your recap for today's lesson where we talked about inclusion. So the first thing I did is I read the book Pink Tiara Cookies for Three. It's written by myself, Maria Dismondy. It's illustrated by Carrie Pilo. You can actually hear me read this entire book on YouTube. All my books are on YouTube. This is a story about three friends and one friend who feels left out. And so we read the words and we talked about what does inclusion actually mean. Inclusion, the actual definition I will read to you, is something taken in as part of a whole. Sorry, Mr. Dismondy is coughing while I'm recording a video. Something taken in as part of a whole unit, okay? So when we include others, we make others feel like they're part of the conversation, part of the group, part of the team, part of the classroom. Boys and girls, the next thing I did is I showed a video about inclusion. So make sure that your grown-up downloads the PowerPoint right over here on this page, and you can watch the video, or you can go to our resource page for parents where all of the videos are linked. So we did a demonstration next, and the demonstration was I was going to draw a beautiful sunshine for you. So I grabbed a box of crayons and I got started. However, the only color in this entire box of crayons was red. And so this is how my picture turned out, and it was not how I thought it would turn out. It didn't make me feel good. I was really bummed out that there was only red. And so what this demonstration showed you is that when we don't include all of the colors in our life, it's not as fun. It's not as bright. It's not as happy. And there's a beautiful illustration in a book called The Invisible Boy by Trudy Ludwig, illustrated by Patrice Barton. In this book, there's a little boy who doesn't have friends at school. And when the illustrator draws a picture of the little boy, the illustrator only uses black and white. That's because the boy feels invisible. When other people don't invite you to play and don't talk to you and don't listen to you, you can feel invisible. However, when people started including the boy Brian and said, hey, you can sit with us, you can be our friend, we hear you, we see you, we want to play with you, the illustrator slowly started to add a little bit of color to the illustrations of Brian. And so what I showed in my demonstration is that we can add all of the colors. When you're inclusive, you are including people who are different than you. Maybe they're different gender. Maybe you're a girl and they're a boy. You're including people who have different skin color than you. They might speak a different language than you. They might eat different foods than you. You are including all the people, no matter what. Inclusion, okay? So then we did a little activity. What does inclusion sound like? It sounds like people giving compliments. Come play with us. That's what it sounds like. What does inclusion look like? It looks from your eyes. You see people together. No one is sitting alone. What does inclusion feel like? It feels happy, it feels joyful, it feels grateful. Then we talked about exclusion. Exclusion is when people don't let you be part of the group. And that's why Brian was illustrated in black and white, because he felt invisible. Exclusion is very similar to feeling invisible. What does it feel like? It feels sad, lonely, people are disappointed. What does it look like? It's when you're ignoring others, you leave people out, and some people are not part of the group. And what does exclusion sound like? You can't play with us. You can't sit here. No, you cannot be in our group. That's what it sounds like. We watched another video, another short clip, 2 minutes long, about a mom and a boy, her son. And boys and girls, I do a lot of research for these programs, and so I learned that this video, the mom and the son in the video, they're real mom and son. Mom is blind. So we just talked about seeing, we talked about hearing and feeling. Mom is missing that sense of being able to see with her eyes. She can still hear, she can still feel. And so the video was actually filmed. If you go on YouTube, you can see behind the scenes. It was filmed by an entire crew of people of different abilities. So they weren't all the red crayons. It was people of different abilities. And so I thought that was really cool to share. And so in the video, mom cannot see, and her son go to an art museum. And he says, Mom, I don't want to be here. And she says, no, I want you to pick one painting and I want you to describe it to me. And so he goes over to this painting and she sits in front of it, but you know she cannot see it. But he uses his words so that she can hear a description and she can feel what that art truly is. So that video was a beautiful example of inclusion. So just because she was different and she couldn't see the art, her son included her by her other senses, helping her to use her other senses so she could experience the beauty of the art. And then it was time for your turn. We finished the lesson by getting a piece of paper and a pencil, not crayons, not markers. And I had you use your pencil to draw a rainbow. And I said, look at your rainbow. Your rainbow looks like Brian when he was feeling invisible. That's exclusion. And I said, now we're going to hang up and you can go add color to your rainbow to remember that including others adds colors to our life. It brings so much more joy when we have color. And that was today's lesson. So boys and girls, if you are enjoying these lessons, please be sure to share this with your friends. Ask your grown-up to share it on social media because that will help other people to learn about including others and it will brighten up more people's lives. Thank you, friends.